Hodi Nemus Kesher's intern from afar this year, but I'm hoping to visit you soon in person. Until then, I would like to ask a big question. How does a hero achieve true greatness? What really defines a hero? The ancient world had answers to that. A lot of heroic literature. In the Iliad, Achilles is known for questing and lusting after immortal glory, to be a leader, to be remembered. And he is. He's remembered for his prowess on the battlefield. But there's a problem. Achilles is not a nice guy. He is incredibly arrogant. He has an anger issue. He desecrates his enemies' bodies. And he allows his countrymen to die because of his own pride. Strong, iron-hearted, man-slaying Achilles, in the words of W.H. Auden. That's one model of a hero. The Torah provides some counterpoints. Avraham, Yosef, Rivka, different kinds of heroes. And in our Parsha, we learn of another, the Kohen Gadol. We discover that the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur is going to enact this epic, a cosmic ritual epic. He becomes a ritual hero, running from place to place, running into the Kidoshim, purifying himself, the most important leader on the most important day, in the most important place. This is the climax of the first half of Sefer Vayikra, which is all about the Kedusha, the holiness of the tabernacle, the Kedusha of the priests. And now in our Parsha, something flips. We suddenly learn there's another kind of Kedusha. That's the Kedusha of individuals, of the land of Israel. There's ways to tap into holiness that aren't centered in the tabernacle. We find out you're supposed to honor your parents. You're supposed to pay your laborers speedily. Have honest weights and measures. Don't oppress a stranger, and love your neighbor as yourself. These are some of the mitzvot that we learn in Kidoshim, after the flip, where God says, Kidoshim to you, you should be holy, and here are some ways, some very local ways to be holy. So why juxtapose these two parshiyot? They're often a double parsha. They come right next to each other. Achrei Mot, about the Kohen Gadol in all his glory. Kidoshim, about little things, weights and measures. Why not put Kidoshim in Devarim? Why does it have to be here? One answer that is, I think, excellent is that it's a message for the people. The Al-Shich HaKadosh says, it's to tell you, if you're a regular Israelite, don't worry. Kedusha, holiness, is accessible to you too. Religion is not for some elite, some religious elite, for the Rabbanim, the rabbis, the Kohanim. No, it's accessible to everybody. Kedusha is accessible to everyone. And I think that is really an important message. But there's another message that's hidden. And that's a message not for the people, but for the Kohen Gadol. Why put Kidoshim right after Achrei Mot? To impress upon the Kohen Gadol that he too is required to keep the laws of Kidoshim, to keep the social and moral halachot, mitzvot, that he can't ignore those. He might say, I'm an important guy. I'm doing important work. I don't have time to worry about not oppressing a stranger, treating my laborers well, loving my neighbor. No, I don't have time. I have bigger fish to fry, bigger bowls to offer. And Kidoshim says, no, this applies to you too, Kohen Gadol. Hashem says you must treat people well, and it doesn't matter that you're a great leader, you still have to. In the Gemara, actually, it even says that when the Kohen Gadol davens Shmona Esrei and he bows, he has to bow not just a few times like we do, he has to bow at every single blessing, twice, to impress upon him that he needs to be humble, that he needs to not allow his role to make him into an arrogant person that doesn't treat people well. So I think we all know people who are Kohen Gadols of sorts, who are leaders of organizations, who maybe are doing even really holy work out there, maybe running a nonprofit, helping people. You could even be running a soup kitchen. And yet those people are not immune to treating others poorly, to forgetting the moral and ethical halachot, the interpersonal mitzvot of Kidoshim. But the truth is we all have this. This isn't just limited to big leaders. We all have the Achilles urge to be honored, to be remembered, to be a leader, and that's okay. I think the desire for accomplishments can lead you to have a positive impact on the world, to help people, to do holy things on a grand scale. But when you do that, you have to. We all have to remember how to treat people along the way. And we may not all be Kohen Gadols or presidents or rabbis, but we are all leaders. And in some area of our life, we all have responsibility. We all have power. And I think specifically in the areas we have power, it could be in our jobs, could be in a volunteer position, could be in our families. In the areas in which we have power, we have to be particularly scrupulous about how we treat people, about remembering that the little things matter, according to the Torah. They're not actually little. That's our Achilles heel. That is the danger that comes with power. And I think if we work to make our daily lives match Kidoshim, then we'll really achieve the holiness that it sets out for us. Shabbat Shalom.